Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. We have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now one more thing, the revision PDF are uploaded on this Telegram channel, so you can access it from there. Now let's start. Canine journal, which was recently released, is associated with which field? So actually this Canine is related to canine, and canine stands for dog. So recently Union Home Minister Amit Shah released the inaugural issue of National Police Canine Journal, and this journal is about the police dogs. That means the dogs which are used by the police service. Now first and foremost thing is that why Union Home Minister launched it? Because the entire police system is under Ministry of Home Affairs and he is our present Home Minister. That's why. So this journal was recently launched in New Delhi, and this is first such publication on the subject of police dogs. The Port Beach, which was seen in news recently, is the only Ramsar site of which state? So it is the only Ramsar site of Assam. Recently it was in news because the district administration has banned community fishing in this Dipor Beach. Now first and foremost thing is that what is Ramsar site? So Ramsar site stands for Ramsar Convention. It is a convention for the protection and conservation of wetland sites, and Ramsar is a name of place in Iran, and this convention was signed in Iran. That's why it is given the name of Ramsar. So this Dipor Beach is a Ramsar site of Assam. Recently this convention was also in news as Sokar Lake in Ladakh became the Ramsar site, and it is the 42nd Ramsar site from India. Apart from this, recently Lonar Lake was also included in it, and Keetham Lake was also included in it. Lonar Lake is in Maharashtra. Keetham Lake is in Uttar Pradesh. Keetham Lake is also known as Sur Sarovar. So why Dipor Beach was in news? Because recently district administration banned community fishing. Lal Pahadi, where the first hilltop Buddhist monastery of Gangtok Valley has been found, is in which state? So it is in Bihar, and it is in Lakhisarai district of Bihar. So why it is so special? Because it is the first hilltop Buddhist monastery of Gangtok Valley. Hilltop means on the top of hill, and this is a joint collaboration of Vishwa Bharati University and Bihar Heritage Development Society. Now recently this Vishwa Bharati University was also in news because Prime Minister addressed the 100 years celebration of this university. This university was founded by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore or Rabindranath Thakur. Actually there was a controversy about Tagore and Thakur, so please remember that both are same person. So this university was founded by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore in 1921. Name of university is Vishwa Bharati University, and this year it completed 100 years. That's why there was a celebration event and Prime Minister addressed that celebration event. So recently this Vishwa Bharati University and BHDS, that is Bihar Heritage Development Society, collaborated for this first hilltop Buddhist monastery of Gangtok Valley. Sagarmala Development Company, which was in news recently, will function under which union ministry? So if you are a regular follower, the Sagarmala initiative is related to shipping ministry, and it is a scheme for the port-led development. On the other hand, we have a Bharatmala scheme. So this scheme is for road infrastructure. Sagarmala initiative is related to Ministry of Shipping. Now the Ministry of Shipping has been renamed as Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. So why it was in news? Because recently this Sagarmala Development Company was in news as it is going to commence seaplane services on selected routes. Now recently India's first seaplane services was started in Gujarat. Which country has passed Malala Yousafzai scholarship bill recently? So this was passed by USA, that is United States America. That is United States of America. Now why it was passed? Because now this bill made it mandatory for USAID to award 50% of the scholarship to the Pakistani women under a higher education scholarship program, and the scholarship will be given from 2020 to 2022. Now Malala Yousafzai is a Nobel Prize winner. Recently USA was also in news as it imposed sanctions on Turkey for buying S-400 missile defense system from Russia. which Indian city has the maximum CCTV coverage according to a recent report published in South Asia Journal. So this city is Chennai. As per this report, China and India have the highest CCTV densities. That means these two countries have highest number of CCTV surveillance cameras installed in the urban areas, and in India, Chennai is on top position in terms of installation of CCTV surveillance cameras. Recently, China was also in news because of Jack Ma. As per news reports, Jack Ma is missing. Jack Ma is one of the prominent business personality from China, and he is the founder of Alibaba. What is the cap imposed on trans fatty acids in oil and fats for 2021? Cap means upper limit. So the upper limit for trans fatty acids in oil and fats is 3%, and this has been set up by FSSAI, that is Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Now, for this year, the upper limit is 3%. Next year, that means for 2022, it is 2%. So why we are reducing this upper limit? Because these trans fats are responsible for heart attacks. That's why it is not good for health, and that is why the health sector regulator, that is Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, is trying to reduce the limit. Now in this context, there is important campaign by WHO, that is World Health Organization, and the objective of WHO campaign is to eliminate trans fats by 2023. FSSAI is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Headquarters of FSSAI is in New Delhi, and Rita Tewatia is the chairperson of FSSAI. Prayas is the new initiative of which public sector undertaking? So it is new initiative of IOCL, that is Indian Oil Corporation Limited. So what is the objective of this Prayas initiative? Under this initiative, the employees of IOCL in Delhi office are going to visit the night shelters to provide blankets and other essential items. See, in North India, winter is very harsh. So during this time, the government set up temporary night shelters for people who do not have homes. And in these night shelters, the employees of PSU will go and they will distribute blankets. This will be done under this Prayas initiative. Japanese researchers have proposed to use which material to eliminate space junk. So first thing first, what is this space junk? See, whenever satellite is launched, so once its life is over, that means once it is non-functional, then it will be junk in the space. So it will be non-useful in space. Now to eliminate such space junk, Japanese researchers are exploring the possibilities of using wooden components. And in this context, Sumitomo Forestry has partnered with Kyoto University. So the Sumitomo Forestry is a wood company in Japan. Now this Kyoto is a place in Japan, and there is a Kyoto Protocol also. Answer in comment box, this Kyoto Protocol is associated to which sector? Which country has announced its plan to enrich uranium to 20%? So this country is Iran. Now, in this context, there was important agreement. It is JCPOA, that is Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. Informally, it is known as Iran Nuclear Deal. So this Iran Nuclear Deal was signed to prevent Iran from making nuclear weapons. So this deal was signed, and under this deal, IAEA will monitor the sites of Iran to check whether Iran is making nuclear weapons or not. And in order to make nuclear weapons, Iran need to enrich uranium. So now the problem was that few years ago, USA exit from this Iran nuclear deal, and USA reimposed sanctions on Iran. And in counter to that, that means in a response to these new sanctions by USA, Iran has announced that it is going to enrich these uraniums to 20%. This is beyond the limit which is prescribed under this JCPOA, that is Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. And this is supposed to be done at Fordo site. So this is the name of nuclear plant in Iran. So the question can be like, this Fordo site is associated to which country? Britain has recently ended taxation on which product? So this product is sanitary products, and it has eliminated taxation on the women's sanitary products. These taxes were called tampon tax. Now Britain has decided to eliminate these taxes. Actually, these were announced earlier, but now Britain has officially left European Union. Therefore, it has decided to implement this decision. In the context of sanitary products, recently Scotland became the first in the world to provide these sanitary products free of cost to everyone. So these were the most important questions. Now we are going to cover important news events. So on trial basis, I have tried to use these keywords so that you can remember it for a longer period of time. So first news is Nancy Pelosi. So recently Nancy Pelosi was in news as Nancy Pelosi got re-elected as the US House Speaker. Next is All India Chess Federation. So recently Sanjay Kapoor got elected as the president of this chess federation. Next is All India Gem and Jewelry Domestic Council. So recently Ashish Pithe became the chairperson of this council and Sanyam Mehra became the vice chairperson of this council. Next is AAN, that is Action Agenda for Atmanirbhar Bharat. So recently Dr. Harshvardhan released this AAN, that is Action Agenda for Atmanirbhar Bharat. And this AAN has been prepared by TIFAC, that is Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council. So the objective of this action agenda is to focus on those areas which can help us to revive our economy and which can help us to be self-reliant. Next is RP Tiwari Committee. So recently UGC, that is University Grants Commission, constituted this committee. This is a 7-member committee which will be headed by RP Tiwari. And this committee is going to find out that whether it is possible to hold CET, that is Common Entrance Test, at UG level, that is at undergraduate level. So this committee is going to find out whether it is possible to organize these common entrance tests at undergraduate level. So this will act as a single platform for the admissions. Next is Hubli railway station. So this is in Karnataka and it will have the world's longest railway platform. Next is Pankaj Mittal. So recently he was sworn in as the Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh High Court. Next is Satyamev Jayate campaign. So recently this campaign was in news as it is a campaign to counter the fake news and it is a campaign launched by Kerala government. Actually it is an old campaign but now it was in news and it is a digital media literacy program. That means the objective is to spread digital literacy so that people can understand what is fake news and what is a genuine information. Next is Central Vista project. So recently this project was in news as Supreme Court upheld this Central Vista project. What is Central Vista project? Under this project, new parliament building will be constructed, a central secretariat and Rajpath, that means new Rajpath infrastructure will be created. So this matter was in Supreme Court and on 5th of January, Supreme Court approved this project with a verdict of 2-1. That means 2 judges gave judgment in favor, 1 against it. Next is lithium reserves. So these lithium reserves are used in rechargeable batteries. As of now, India is dependent on China for these lithium cells. Now, to reduce dependency and to focus on diversification, recently India has signed agreement with Argentina as Argentina has the 3rd largest reserves of this lithium. Apart from Argentina, we are also focusing on such agreement with Bolivia and Chile. So all these countries are South American countries. Next is Indian pangolin. So recently Odisha government started digital campaigns for the better implementation of laws to prevent the poaching of this Indian pangolin. Pangolin is a name of animal and Indian pangolin are endangered. Next is Colonel Narendra Bull Kumar. So he was a mountaineer. He played a key role in Operation Meghdoot and he was the first Indian to climb Mount Nanda Devi. Recently he passed away. That's why he was in news. And with the help of this Operation Meghdoot, India captured Siachen Glacier. It is world's highest battleground. Next is Mathiketan Shola National Park. So this is a national park in Kerala. Why it was in news? Because recently central government notified 1 kilometer boundary of this national park as eco-sensitive zone. So in simplest terms, suppose this is the national park. So 1 kilometer boundary is eco-sensitive zone. That means a lot of activities will be restricted in this area to preserve it for its conservation. Next is another round. So this is the name of movie and this will be the first movie or opening movie of this 51st International Film Festival of India. This is going to be in Goa. And Pablo Casar or Pablo Cesar, whatever you call it, is going to be the head of jury of this International Film Festival. He is a filmmaker from Argentina. Next is traditional tribal products of Northeast. So in order to promote the tribal products of Northeast states of India, TriFed, Donor and India Post collaborated. So TriFed is Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India. It is under MOTA, that is Ministry of Tribal Affairs. What is Donor? It is Development of Northeast Region. So it is a specific part of government to focus on the development of Northeast region. And these three entities collaborated for promotion of tribal products of Northeast India. Next is Disease X. X means unexpected, that is unknown virus. So recently this term Disease X was in news. It means a virus which is unknown can spread as fast as coronavirus. So recently WHO issued a statement that this Disease X is still hypothetical. Next is e-Office. So this is the name of new e-governance portal launched by IAF, that is Indian Air Force. Next is Tamil Academy. So Delhi government decided to set up Tamil Academy. So these were the most important news events. Now questions of yesterday's test. So Adopt a Heritage Scheme is implemented by Tourism Ministry in association with which union ministry? So for this purpose, Tourism Ministry has collaborated with Culture Ministry. Next is Zhong Session, who replaced Mukesh Ambani as Asia's richest, is from China, and he is the owner of a Chinese pharmaceutical company, Wantai. Next is youngest mayor was sworn in which Indian state? So Arya Rajendran is youngest mayor and she became the mayor from Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. Next is who is the new chairperson of Railway Board? So Mr. Suneet Sharma is the new chairperson. Next is which private sector bank sold its stakes to Aegis Insurance? So it is IDBI. IDBI Bank sold its stakes to Aegis Insurance, and the new entity is Aegis Federal Life Insurance. In this, Aegis will hold 49% stakes and IDBI will hold 21% stakes. Next is Michael Kondo is associated to which field? So Michael Kondo passed away recently. He was veteran Indian hockey player. Next is which organization is to provide 10 million support to expand horticulture in Himachal Pradesh? So this is ADB, that is Asian Development Bank. Next is Soma Mondal. So Soma Mondal became the new chairperson of SAIL, that is Steel Authority of India Limited. Next is STIP, which is a national policy and it is related to science, technology and innovation. So recently a new draft was released and that's why this term was in news. So it is related to science and technology innovation policy. Now today's test. So first question is which Indian armed force has created first of its kind human rights cell? Next is Sambalpur, where Prime Minister laid the foundation stone of IIM, is in which state of India? Next is Asian water bird census is to be conducted in which Indian state? Next question is which organization is going to provide $100 million to improve the power distribution in Bengaluru? Next question is Pong Dam Sanctuary is in which state of India? Next is which Indian public sector bank launched banking services through WhatsApp? Next is Covaxin is developed by which pharma company? Next question is which research body has organized National Metrology Conclave? And last question is which defense force signed a deal with Goa Shipyard Limited to acquire 12 high performance patrol boats? So that was all for the day.